28th. And this is Friday 5 at 5 with the Denver Public Library. My name is Erin. I'm a librarian at DPL's Central Library. And in 15 minutes or less, we'll have you up to speed on 5 new titles out this month that we can't wait for you to read or listen to. Please note that new titles may not be added to Overdrive or Libby until after publication date, so if you don't see the titles in ebook or e-audio format, please check back. May is Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and DPL would love it if you would contribute a special recipe you make for special celebrations. Share it with us and include a brief family history or reason why the recipe is special to you for our community cookbook. Submit recipes using a print form available at branches or use the link in the description below to access our online submission form. For some in-person fun, join the community at the Hampden branch on May 11 for an Asian American and Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander Heritage Recipe Illustration and Exchange program. This interactive workshop involves participants bringing in a favorite Asian-inspired food recipe to share. Rachel Wow from the Museum of Food and Culture will guide us through an artistic illustration of our recipes. Registration is recommended and adults and families are welcome. Days are longer, weather is warmer, and it's a perfect time to start building your summer reading list. Our Spring Book Buzz features a variety of new and forthcoming titles of all genres, from history to romance to memoir and everything in between. Our Reader's Advisors have assembled a list of books that is guaranteed to have something for everything. Added bonus, there will be giveaway books to take home with you. Join us May 4th at Ross University Hills Branch Library at 3 o'clock, May 11th at Woodbury Branch Library at 4 o'clock, or May 17th at the Gold Spot Brewery Company at 6 p.m. And now, on to the books. Work-Life Balance is a graphic novel by Aisha Franz, author of Shit is Real. We follow the ambitions of Anita, Sandra, and Dex. Anita wants to move from making utility ceramics to fine art sculpture, but her pent-up dissatisfaction results in an outburst that puts her studio mate's world at risk. Sandra juggles her practical administration day job as a startup with her wellness influencer channel, finding both in jeopardy when a messy affair with her coworker comes to light. And in another corner of the same startup, Dex's innovative ideas are rejected, leading him to spend his days hacking and working as a bike courier. All three are disillusioned with their daily grinds. As the pressure for self-improvement builds, they all end up looking to the same therapist for answers. As the boundaries between work and life begin to bleed together, their therapist is obscured by her quirks, whims, and psychoparlance, leading to sessions that are neglectful at best and actively inhibit growth at worst. Work-Life Balance is a beautifully colored book about the comedic absurdity of contemporary work life and wellness culture. From publisher Drawn and Quarterly. For other graphic novels that explore art and life, try one of my favorites, Why Art by Eleanor Davis, or the wonderful graphic novel 100 Demons by Linda Berry. Already a bestseller in France, Second Star and Other Reasons for Lingering by Philippe Delerme is an inspiring series of lyrical meditations on life's smallest moments, available now in the United States. From peeling a clementine to drinking a cold mojito to washing your windows, this book covers it all. Translator Jody Gladding uses vivid language to invite us into Delerme's text. The vignettes are evocative, inviting us to linger, to savor the few moments of silence, as if each bite of a ripe watermelon, each exhaled breath on a bitterly cold day, each cloudy evening on the beach were our last. Second Star consumes the present with a patient curiosity, asking us to put off tomorrow and join Philippe Delerme in tasting, touching, listening, and noticing. A bit of salve when life gets overwhelming, this book will transport you to often overlooked sensations and pleasures, and, pausing, expand a moment or emotion outwards in concentric circles. From publisher Archipelago Books. For more essays about the state of life right now, read one of these excellent books of essays: No Time to Spare, Thinking About What Matters by Ursula K. Le Guin, or The Anthropocene Reviewed by author John Green. Our next book, The One by Julia Argy, follows Emily, who didn't join the cast of The One for fame or for a relationship. She simply didn't have anything better to do. Newly fired from her dead-end job, it doesn't take much convincing when she's recruited as a last-minute contestant for the popular reality dating show. Emily has been performing her entire life, for her family and friends, former boyfriends, and coworkers. How different could it be playing herself in front of cameras? This is a razor-sharp and seductively hypnotic debut novel about the very fantasy of falling in love. Because, the moment Emily arrives, it becomes clear she's been tapped to win it all. Emily's producer, Miranda, sees her as the golden ticket, generically pretty, affable, and easily molded, all the qualities of a future wife. Emily herself is less certain. It's easy enough to fall in love under romantic lighting and perfectly crafted dates, but it's harder to remember what's real and what's designed. And as Emily's fascination with another contestant grows, both Emily and Miranda are forced to decide what it is they really want and what they are willing to do to get it. A brilliant send-up of our cultural mythology around romance, The One examines the reality of love and desire set against a world of ultimate artifice and manipulation. From publisher G.P. Putnam's and Sons. If the premise of The One excites you and you want another reality show turned wrong, read Patricia Wants to Cuddle by Samantha Allen, or give Bliss Montage by Ling Ma a spin. A historian of gender, Peggy O'Donnell Heffington explores the complicated relationship between motherhood and womanhood in Without Children, The Long History of Not Being a Mother. As birth rates fall, it's often said that millennials invented the idea of not having kids. But history is full of women without children, some who chose childless lives, others who wanted children but never had them, and, still others, the vast majority, both then and now, who fell somewhere in between. Modern women considering how and if children fit into their lives are products of their political, ecological, and cultural moment. But history also tells them that they are not alone. Drawing on deep research and her own experience as a woman without children, Heffington shows that many of the reasons women are not having children today are ones they share with women in the past. A lack of support, their jobs or finances, environmental concerns, infertility, and the desire to live different kinds of lives. Understanding this history, how normal it has always been to not have children, and how hard society has worked to make it seem abnormal, is key, she writes, to rebuilding kinship between mothers and non-mothers, and to building a better world for us all. From publisher Seal Press. Read more about how society modifies the way we talk about the role of women with Woman, The American History of an Idea by Lillian Faderman, or read Rebecca Solnit's sharp essays, Men Explain Things to Me. Author V. Castro brings us The Haunting of Alejandra, a story about generational trauma, colonization, systematic oppression, and the horror at the heart of motherhood. Alejandra no longer knows who she is. To her husband, she is a wife, and to her children, a mother. To her own adoptive mother, she is a daughter. But they cannot see who Alejandra has become, a woman struggling with a darkness that threatens to consume her. Nor can they see what Alejandra sees. In times of despair, a ghostly vision appears to her, the apparition of a crying woman in a ragged white gown. Alejandra is being haunted by the Mexican folk demon La Llorona. When she visits a therapist, she begins exploring her family's history, starting with the biological mother she never knew. As she goes deeper into the lives of the women in her family, She learns that heartbreak and tragedy are not the only things she has in common with her ancestors, because the crying woman was with them too. The crying woman, La Llorona, the vengeful and murderous mother of Mexican legend. And she will not leave until Alejandra follows her mother, her grandmother, and all the women who came before her into the darkness. From publisher Del Rey. For more books with a similar dark, atmospheric vibe, read The Hacienda by Isabel Canas or Our Share of Night by Mariana Enriquez. And, in case you missed it, compiled into 10 essays that seamlessly discuss life in the deep ocean with author Sabrina Imbler's journey becoming the person they are today, How Far the Light Reaches, A Life in 10 Sea Creatures is an incredible memoir. A queer, mixed-race writer working in a largely white male field, science and conservation, journalist Sabrina Embler has always been drawn to the mystery of life in the sea, and particularly to creatures living in hostile or remote environments. Some of the creatures profiled in this book include the mother octopus who starves herself while watching over her eggs, the Chinese sturgeon whose migration route has been decimated by pollution and dams, the bizarre predatory bobbit worm and the history of its name being named after Lorena Bobbitt, the common goldfish that flourishes in the wild, and more. Imbler discovers that some of the most radical models of family, community, and care can be found in the sea. From gelatinous chains that are both individual organisms and colonies of clones, to deep sea crabs that have no need for the sun, nourished instead by the chemicals and heat throbbing from the core of the ocean and the earth. The book explores themes of adaptation, survival, sexuality, and care, and weaving the wonders of marine biology with stories of their own family, relationships, and coming of age. From publisher Little Brown and Company. For other nature human memoirs, try Small Bodies of Water by Nina Powles, or Virology, Essays for the Living, the Dead, and the Small Things in Between by Joseph Osmundson. That's all for this month. Thank you for tuning in to Denver Public Library's Friday 5 at 5. We hope you enjoy these great reads and listens. Check out or place a hold on these titles and a whole lot more right now at denverlibrary.org, link below. Tune in next month for a new batch of recommended reads. Bye!